Hi, this is Tracy here again. I mentioned that I was going to talk about my mini album of when we went to Peru this summer. On the previous video, it was our vacation in Florida, but before we went to Florida, we went to Peru, and I went with my youngest daughter. I got these papers from Pretty Little Studio, Wish You Were Here, when we got back from Peru, and I was looking for papers to scrap with. I saw the llamas. I could not believe my luck. I thought Ashley Horton made this just for me, like she knew that I was going to Peru. So anyway, to start, so here is the cover. I did a little hand stitching here. This had a camper or something in the center of this bucket list, and I just cut it out with my Scan and Cut the circle, and then put the llama stickers in as an accent, because definitely Peru and Machu Picchu was on my bucket list. This is what I used to enclose it. It's the little one of the wood pieces, and so I just kind of, it's got foam underneath. I think there may be 2 layers there, so I could wrap the string around. And then let me show you the back. I had also done some hand stitching here. So anyway, let's go back to the beginning. So I used mostly her papers. I did have some other papers, but I have to say I got this whole mini album. I got it directly from Paige Evans when she went to one of the islands on Greece, and I absolutely loved it. This is the first mini album I've ever done, and so I just pretty much copied whatever she did so that I could figure it out. The summer one that I had in the previous video was my second one. So these are papers that mainly came from the Wish You Were Here. The stickers are from her kit. This is from it. The Alpha is from it. But like, this is on vellum. I know you can't tell, but let me just kind of go through. This is a postcard. I didn't take this picture. This is Cusco, which is 11,000 feet elevation. It's the highest elevation I've ever flown into. Yes, I did get altitude sickness, but they have something for that besides oxygen. So I have a picture of that as well in here. Excuse me. And then I just kind of went day to day of, of our travels. These little butterflies were some things that I had on my desk that it coordinated well with the color, so I went with that. This was a picture of a door that was at our hotel in Urubamba in Peru, which is a lower elevation than Cusco, so we stayed there the first night to kind of get acclimated a little bit. But I love this door, and it has like this little secret door that you open, if you just wanted to see who was there, or pass something through. I don't know, I was very impressed excuse me, by this door. And then the stickers are so cute. I used all the llama stickers that I had. I bought the stickers and these cards, which I never heard this word before, Fernway. It's an ache for distant places, the craving for travel, which is definitely me. I travel a lot. I take several trips a year for pleasure, and so I was so glad to get this off of my bucket list. So I did some hand stitching here on this one. This is paper from her kit, so is the star one, and this is Machu Picchu. I'm sure many of you have seen a picture of it. This is a picture that I took. So it is that beautiful. It was quite the trip. And then I made a little tip in here on this. The butterflies still continued. This was part of her kit. This paper is as well. Some of these I had already had, in my stash. So, and this feather, I'm not quite sure why I used the feather other than the color of it, because it really doesn't go with the rest of it. So after we had gone to Machu Picchu, we went into the city and we had lunch here, and I actually had alpaca, an empanada, which was very delicious, I must say. And so here's another llama, of course. And I use vellum to help soften this. You know, I know we have our sunshades on here, and this paper was perfect for that. But I didn't want that, you know, too much attention drawn to the background paper. And this is, I know this is from LA Studio, as well as this. I don't remember where this came from. I think this came from a previous kit, but that's not even part of this page. Anyway, so this is about pisco sours. This is a drink, and this was part of our meal that we got on this particular evening. And they warned us because it has raw egg whites in it, and being a third world country, you know, the chances of getting sick are kind of high. So we had already had some altitude sickness, and we didn't want to get any other sickness. And I have gotten sick before when I went to Thailand, and so I didn't want to get sick again, but I went ahead and drank it anyway. I did get something, but I don't think it was from the pisco sours, and I'll show you here. So my daughter loved them so much that the next night she wanted to get them in another restaurant, which we did. And I don't know if you can see very well, but this is a Peruvian woman, and she has a baby alpaca and like a grown one. And the people there are very short in stature. I bet she is all of about 4'11". And this is a normal height. Even the men are this tall. I was very surprised in the vibrant colors that they use. My daughter took this photo at the market. It's a woman peeling potatoes. And then this is one of the places that we went, talking about this boulder in particular, how the Incans had to move this from a far off location to where this was up in the hills. So they wanted us to stand in front of it to show exactly how big it was. So this is, I can't say the name of it, but this is where we went. This was probably I could have gone without seeing this, but anyway, it was just part of our tour that we did. And this paper here, what is part of the kit, it had so many words on it, so I was trying to block as many as I could. Travel, wish, and then fantastic adventure. And I love this paper, this blue paper. So this was outside of our hotel in Cusco, and which is it was really pretty fun. And these are the selfies that my daughter and I took, and I find it interesting that we are both on the same side of each other. And we often I call her my mini-me. She looks just like me. My other daughter does not look anything like me, or even my oldest one. So, so she's my mini-me. And then this is Blanco Cristo, and it is similar to the one that's in Rio. It's much smaller, very difficult to photograph, but you can see it from Cusco up on the hill. And this is a shaman. My daughter had gone on a tour to see him, and so it was she really enjoyed that. That's one of the highlights of her trip, was seeing him. And then this is the remedy to my upset stomach. Here, don't look at this yet. So this right here is a passion fruit, and it helps with stomach aches. And I had eaten this right here, which is a salad. I think this is what made me sick. So anyway, don't eat the salad. If you go to a third world country, do not eat the salad. Do not eat the salad. Do not eat the salad. Okay, so, but once you crack it like an egg. It looks like an orange. You crack it like an egg. You peel it like an orange, and the seeds look like pomegranate. And I just kind of slurped them down, and almost instantly my stomach was better. And this was the food that they eat. I know it looks kind of funny. This is a guinea pig, and this is what they serve as a delicacy. And then I had alpaca again. This alpaca, it was on skewers, tasted like liver, but whereas the day before, the time before when I had the empanada, it was delicious. Anyway, this, the only thing on here from her papers are these stickers of the llamas. And while we were there, we were able to make our own chocolates. So this was very fun. Very fun thing to do. Whenever we travel, I try to find something that we can't do at home. So this was it. I don't know if you can see all of it. So this is a tip-in. And in this green, I know this was the color of our hats, of course, and it was hard to come up with that color in her collection that she had, so I did the best I can. This was a card. I had just cut the circle out for the llama, of course. And then this is the travel group that we were with at Gate One Travel, was the company that we had used. I have to say, I purchased this on Groupon, so if anyone is hesitant in buying Groupon travel packages, I've done two. I've done Thailand and I've done Peru. In both of them, the hotels were top-notch. The tour guides were top-notch. There was not any problems whatsoever. They looked out for our safety and our well-being on both trips. I highly recommend Groupon tours. The price you just can't beat. But this is the group that went with us, and which was interesting because it was a big group, and there was a family from Arkansas. There was like 12 or 13 of them. That it was interesting to see that was their first time out of the country, and they chose to go to Peru, which I found that to be kind of odd. But anyway, they seemed to have a really good time. And then this is another a circle, the other side of the circle, and this is about the cocoa tea, and this is what we use for the altitude sickness. But it really does work. And then we had an unexpected layover on the way back to Florida. Make sure I got it right. Our plane had some issues, and so they kept us. They put us up in a hotel, and but it was in Colombia, which was not a destination that I would ever go to intentionally, but because we were very close to the airport and we went together as a group, I felt safe there. Once I got off out of it is in Bogota, I felt very uneasy, but we went to the hotel. They fed us dinner. We took a nap. It was like 4 hours. Then we're back at the airport again to go back to Florida. But the neat thing about it is we got a stamp of Colombia in our passport, which I'm all about that. All right, that was it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you learned anything, if you have any advice, I gladly accept it. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos. Anyway, thanks. Have a great day. Bye-bye.